6 o'clock. Welcome to Madison's Board of Zoning Appeals meeting, September 9th, 2024. And Mr. Secretary, would you call the roll, please?
Scott Baldwin,
Here.
Mark Acosta, Nancy Burkhart,
Here.
Rick Ferris, Carl Ewan.
Here. Board members, have you had a chance to review the minutes of last month's meeting? Are there any additions or corrections?
None.
I move we approve the minutes as submitted. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed no. The minutes are approved. Renewals, we have quite a few. Number 1, John Aaron and Jennifer Harmon. Number 2, Anderson's Land Investments. Number 3, Andrew LeGrand. Number 4, Carl Hungness. Number 6, Monty and Nellie Mason. I'll get to number 5 in a minute. Number 7, Susan Smith. Number 8, Anna Louderbaugh. Number 9 and 10, Ryan Rogers. Number 13, Landon and Amy Ralston. And number 14, Cynthia Johnson, have all paid their renewal fees, and there are no complaints. So I move we approve these renewals.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed no. They are renewed. Now there are a few here. Number 5, Lena Burns, that was for a residential daycare, 124 Crestwood Drive. Number 12, Jessica Lawless, New Life Fellowship, that was another daycare. And number 11, Michael Holchak, for an Airbnb. These have not yet paid their renewals, but there were no complaints. Therefore, I move that we renew these conditionally upon payment of their renewal fees and charges by our next regular meeting. And in the motion, I would like to instruct the appropriate person from the city to check with the 2 daycares if they're still in business. That's my motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed no. Moving on, we have one item on the agenda tonight. It's a request for a variance from developmental standards. Mr. Donnie Rose, 2201 North Bircherding Road, is requesting a variance because he desires to build a garage and his lot does not meet the size requirements. So, Mr. Rose, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Well, come on up to the podium. And introduce, would you give your address and name just for the record, please?
Sure. My name is Donnie Ray Rose. I live at 2201 North Bircherding Road in Madison, well, county, but I'm also in your zone.
2 Mile Fringe.
Pardon?
In the 2 Mile Fringe, as it's
Yeah.
known.
Sorry, I'm a disabled vet because I can't hear. So, anyway.
Could you explain to the board what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
And what the problem is, why you need the variance?
Yes, sir. I understand there's a 1 acre requirement, and I have 0.83 of an acre, so I'm just under the requirement. And I want to build a 24 by 40 detached garage next to my house. So that's the reason I'm here tonight, is to get the building permit so the Gosbins can build me a building.
Any questions or comments, board members?
No, it seems like there's several in your area that have the detached garages. Is that correct in the neighborhood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
The people to the north of me have a detached garage. The folks that live behind me are the Rourks, and they run the Kona Ice, and they just expanded their building quite a bit, basically double the size of the one. They're directly behind me. I've talked to all my neighbors. The ones to the south of me is a field, and then the airport. I'm right there. I'm the last house the airplanes fly over, which I'd like to talk to the airport about that.
Don't move it either.
You know, my neighbor across the road is the airport. It's the, I think it's the Black property or part of the Black family I live across the road from. And they've got land designated and I don't know, it seems like to me that if they followed the empty lots, they could be right over the airport without going over.
Right.
I'm sure my neighbors feel the same way.
Yeah.
But, that's not a battle I'm gonna fight necessarily.
And you already have a driveway, don't you?
Yes, ma'am, it's a paved driveway, and I've got a little shed out there, doesn't have a foundation under it, it's just one of those portable, pre-built,
Okay.
and, so I'm wanting to build a 24 by 40 next to it, between it and my house, and, cement, floor in it, so I can park the car in it if I want to.
But,
I
but
just
your,
need some storage space.
Yeah.
but your driveway will stay about the same,
The driveway won't change.
okay.
Yeah, no, in fact, I'll line it up, as you turn on to my property from Orchardine, the driveway comes straight down and then goes off to the left, which is, to the south, and then to the right into my garage. So I'm just gonna line it up on the driveway, so if you wanted to use the drive on in, as a second garage.
So really, your only problem is your lot's just a smidge too small.
Yes, sir. I think, working with Ray and Brian, they've been great. There was an issue with what the computer-generated property lines were and, where my actual southern boundary was, and we figured that out because there's been a previous, survey, and I got a paper copy and provided to Ray, and so, they can see exactly where the boundary is, so I'm well off the setback.
And I did notice on the GIS that your two neighbors just north of you, one has 3/4 of an acre and 1.88. And then even further north up to, I think, Deputy Pike, it looks like there's a subdivision and not a one of them, they got less land than you do, like 0.4, 0.5 acres.
Yes, sir.
Trevlon Village subdivision.
Yes, sir.
So apparently undersized lots is endemic to your area.
I don't know, I moved here in 2016 after I retired from the federal government, so I don't know the history. I like it out there, just my only gripe, I guess, is the airport as my neighbor, but, I think it's great too to have an airport so close for obvious reasons.
Certainly help protect your property from some kinds of building.
Yeah, I guess, that didn't enter my mind at the time I bought.
Any other questions or comments, board members? Well, sir, we'll go through our 3 criteria that we have to. You can have a seat.
Okay. Thank you.
Number 1, will this be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, etc.? Mrs. Burkhart?
No, I don't see a problem with that. Several of the neighbors have a detached garage, and I don't see a problem with it.
Mr. Eaglin?
No, I think it will fit very well with the, other property owners.
And given that all the lots that I've seen out there seem to be undersized, I think I see no problem here at all. Number 2, this is about the use and value of adjacent properties being harmed. Mrs. Burkhart?
No, I see no harm in the value of it.
Mr. Eaglin?
No, it should probably help everybody's value, make this property more valuable also.
And first, we received no testimony that it would. And second, all the lots out there are built up and they're small, so I see no problem there. Number 3, that's about the practical difficulties of adhering to the zoning ordinance. Mrs. Burkhart?
Yeah, his lot just isn't big enough for what he wants to do if we went with the ordinance, and he should be allowed the same rights as his neighbors, which have detached garage.
Mr. Eaglin?
I agree with that explanation.
And the practical difficulties is, for some reason, those lots were all laid out small, and he did not do it, so I think that one's met. But we've gone through our findings of fact, I take a motion.
I move we approve the variance as requested.
I'll second the motion.
And could we have a roll call, please?
Nancy Burkhart,
Yes.
Scott Baldwin,
Yes.
Carl Eagle.
Yes.
Well, you have your variance, sir.
Good luck.
That was it for our agenda. There's one old business, 113 East 3rd Street, Margaret Seifert Russell. She had not paid her renewal fee, but apparently the property is for sale, so that conditional use is expiring. Do we have any other new business or anything I've forgotten?
Application number 2, Shane Calkin. It still needs,
Oh, yeah, that's true. I was taking that for granted. Indeed, application number 2. Where'd it go? 1300 West 2nd, Shane Calkin. Due to various circumstances, that one needs to be tabled. Therefore, I move we table it till our next regular meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Thank you. Anything else? I move we adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no.